has its place in there. And now I brought this in, which is my crystal voices. And I brought them in later because bringing them in earlier really sort of created a kind of anticlimax in a way. But when you bring them in later, they have a natural feel. Now what are you going to put on top of all of this? I'm going to put a piano in there because it's got a piercing ability to cut through but not intrude on or crush the other instruments. And what do you put on top of that? So you've got that pretty full and pretty lush up to this point, but there's a really high top register you haven't touched yet. Put a couple of bells in there and they'll kind of fit. Last of all, one of my favorite, Anthem Harp. I love this harp. So what we're doing now, once we have this, we've built right back up again. We've built all our way back up again to that same sort of crescendo that we had, like a crescendo effect. And so now what I'm going to do, I could keep going and do it again, or I could have a dramatic finish. And so, all right. So if I look at what I'm doing with stereo out, and you can see what I've put in here. I just put in a little slightly extended fade out. So just put that extended fade out. It's normally much shorter, anyone who's used the fade out in Logic. By the way, I'm using Logic because I just love it. It's very simple. And I love the fact that every single thing you use, you change it every time you use it. You rebuild that instrument. I'll show you, for example. If we select an instrument from anywhere here, for instance, we go back here and have a listen. Here's our instrument. So we've got our synth. If you have a look at the EQ here, what I've done in the channel EQ is that I've increased this low end here a little bit, which it can start up here. Is when you first get the sound, I wanted to make it a little deeper. So I brought this in here, gave this a little bit of depth at the bottom. I brought this across here, which originally this was set up much closer to here. And I brought this one back just to give us a little bit of top note. And you can see if I shift this again, it just slightly changes the high note. And it'll bring it down if we bring it down here. So anyone who's used this before, I just find a place where I like that to fit. And then see how does that fit in with what I'm doing. And you think, wow, is it necessary? And for me, yes, because I've listened to every single thing together when I put it together, and what was missing when that little thing was something to give it that push it forward a little bit and give it some forward momentum. And it's so subtle, it's underneath, but it really works. And if you take it out, you miss it. So give myself a fade out here. Nice sort of gentle way out of it because it's taken, as you can see up here, we've got 10 minutes running here if we put it on the clock. We've got 10 minutes. And just to switch it back to project view, you can see what it was. F major and using 110 beats per minute in F major is what I've sort of decided to play that in. And I often work in C. I love C because it's such a great key for singers. E is a fantastic key for singers too. And so on, but F is really nice to work in for a kind of, if you're just going for an instrumental house sound, F sharp, F minor, or F major, it's a really nice key to work in. So that's putting together with the arpeggiation, and if we start this again, I'll bring this back, and now turn up the volume a little bit, and you can sort of crank on this. This is coming out soon, by the way. It's a little thing called Arpeggiator Rex. It's 3 tracks that come to an hour. This is like 3 tracks, but it all adds up to an hour of music. and it's all arpeggiation like this. And it's kind of chill out. One of them is called self-hypnosis. The other one's called arc of recovery. So I think you get the drift. Just let it play in the background and let it just slowly energize you and get you through your day. Lay another track in there for me. Arpeggiation forever. Arpeggiator Rex. Bless up, bless up. One love, Jamaica.